Good morning, everybody. What is going on? I hope y'all are having fogged up my glasses again. Hope y'all are having a great day. Today, I want to talk about you. I asked for your thoughts on this Thomann versus Fender thing, and you gave them to me. Holy smokes. So I want to go through some of these comments because y'all had a lot of really, really good stuff here. Even when there was a bit of anger and, uh, behind it, you had some good things here. The first one, it's Fender. What a stupid question. Who's evil now, right? Thomann doesn't want a single dollar from Fender. They just want clarity. Yes, I don't think I mentioned that well enough yesterday. Maybe if at all, I might have completely missed that point. That they're really suing to just clarify so that they can go on doing business. And even if Thomann, would be ripping off Fender, it would be understandable. And then he goes on to say that Fender deserves the most amount of backlash possible. Maybe they do. But the thing about them wanting clarity, don't forget, even though they don't want money, this is about money. You know what I mean? Like we probably shouldn't forget that it's about money, but that is a good point though. So thank you for bringing it out. Cope and Seethe. Fender is inferior nowadays. They're like Dr. Martin, all brand and no quality. Okay. Sure. I understand why people say that. I personally don't agree with that, but I get it. Let's see. Thomann is doing the right thing. They specifically said that they want to protect brand diversity, and they aren't suing Fender. What they're doing is petitioning a court in Germany to settle once and for all whether or not Fender has an intellectual property rights claims to the S-shaped body. Fender's plan was to use their economic might to crush smaller companies under a mountain of legal fees. We need a big dog like Thomann to challenge them. And this is where I do think the positive side of what they're doing is there. I agree. I'm with you, man. I'm totally with you. Thoman's doing the right thing. Declaratory relief will settle it. So there you go. This is an interesting one. It may be after 2 years of battling, neither Thomann or Fender will win outright. Rather, there will be simply clarity on what aspects of an S-style make it infringe Fender's copyright on a work of applied art in the European Union and what evades infringement, which I think is probably the point of this thing. So that's a really excellent comment as well. Let's be real. Thomann is doing this to protect their Harley Benton brand. If they didn't have a fiscal dog in the fight, they would be sitting on the sidelines. I agree. That's why I think when people say that they're taking the moral high road with this, I have a bit of a hard time with it. The other thing is that I think there's other brands that they sell that are Fender copies as well, right? And so it's not just Harley Benton, but it's all the other brands that look like Strats. And then a few people said, it isn't fair to say Fender is being ripped off if the design hasn't been determined to be theirs. And then another one, let's see, hang on. There's another one here. Let me find it. Oh man, another Fender video has nothing to do with tone, -1 subscriber. Wrong channel. Just go to the other channel, no big deal. Here it is. You keep mentioning Fender protecting their IP, but the initial info from the court case claimed copyright, which is IP, by the way. And it has been documented on Fender's website how the design was done, and it wasn't born of artistic curves. Yes, okay. So there's a bunch of people who are saying they don't own the IP, so why would they? This was, determined a long time ago, and I agree with you 100%. But I bring it up because, again, this is still about IP. This is still about they're using the copyright side of this in the European Union, to try to win this. Now, the reason I bring up the IP and I say if it's Fender's IP is because that's what's being disputed, right? And if Fender wins, that's very bad for anybody who has a guitar that looks like a Strat. So, because if they win it, then it sets a precedent. So, but the thing is if Harley Benton, if Thomann wins it, that sets a precedent too. So it's kind of a no-win situation, really. I mean, obviously we don't want Fender. I just wish Fender would stop, right? I don't think they're going to. I mean, do I want to see Harley Benton go out of business? Not really. I would like to see them not copy stuff so much. But maybe that's just me because I think it's boring, right? Because technically they're not doing anything illegal. That's the whole point. They're not. They're doing nothing illegal. So, I get both sides of this. Absolutely. It's clear that you detest those who make S-style, aka Strat bodies, when you say they're ripping off Fender. So why are you picking sides? Why do you say you're not picking sides? I mean, I make Strat copies, so that's obviously not true. You did not prepare for this video at all. You neither read nor understand Thomann's statement, nor do you know how the German justice system works. You simply shouldn't have made this video. Yeah, honestly, I don't. I don't know about, and I've said this many times. That's why I brought in a friend who did on our Patreon, because I have no idea. And all I know is how it applies to the United States. And so that's why I keep saying I'm just going to kind of let this thing play out, right? Let it play out because, who knows what. The other thing is somebody was saying that I was sticking up for Bud Cole. Holy smokes, no. I was shilling for Bud Cole. That's what he said. No. I think he should go. Yeah, I mean, this is a huge deal, and thank you everybody for commenting on this, because you're all right. You know what I mean? And that's why I wanted to get comments on it, because I knew it would kind of go both ways. I know that there's a lot of people that are really, really care about Fender, and I do too. You know, I don't want to see him fail. I don't want to see Harley Benton fail, or Thomann fail. I don't at all. I don't want to see them fail. They won't. They're the biggest company in maybe the world when it comes to guitar, commerce, when it comes to guitar retail. And so, but I think the first comment we read there is really the point. Clarity. We just want clarity. We want to know. And I think specifically in Fender, we already know in the United States, this isn't going to come to the United States. This has already been settled here. And that's one of the things I think people misunderstand also. And maybe they're starting to understand it now that it's kind of separating. But we don't have this argument here. I can make Strat copies if I want. And it basically will never, because of the 2009 thing, it will never come up again. Because the precedent is set. Because again, legal stuff works different here. In Europe, it's totally different. I don't totally understand it. I know that there's a couple of different things that apply to different things that they're talking about over there, and I just don't know. Obviously, so I don't want to speak out of school there. But I'm glad that you all commented on this. I don't think it's a dumb question to ask who's evil now. I think that we should. The one thing I'll say, and this is not to criticize any single person, but I do think that we cannot forget that this is still about money. They're not suing for millions of dollars, but there are billions of dollars at stake. So I really think that even though we might feel that they're taking the high road, Thomann is taking the high road here, it's still about money. It's always going to be about money. That's why we're here. So just, they're not some kind of fairy coming in to save the day. They have just as much financial incentive in this as Fender does, going the opposite direction. So this is not them being some sort of, savior, really. And they might end up being the savior, but that's not why they're here. I mean, yeah, that's not why they're here. They're here for money. Anyway, thank you all for your input on it. I really appreciate it. And we may do this more often, is just go through the comments of these previous conversations and get your input, because it's really good. So thank you so much, and we will see you tomorrow.